I have to use
what the weather's like, but I'm hoping if it's nice that Kevin will take me out for a meal.
goodness me, yes.
God in heaven help us.
Yeah, and it's all too. But if it's crowded, I've been wearing a mask.
Where's Con?
I'm
There's
here.
my brother. There's my brother. Isn't that lovely? And here we are. It's Sunday and it's 2:30. It's the first Sunday of the month. Are we ready to start, Con?
I'm ready. I'm
We're
ready.
going to start exactly now.
Every time I hear a newborn baby cry, or touch a leaf, or see the sky, then I know why I believe.
How the devil are you? Tell us all about yourself.
I'm tremendously well. I've just been out in the garden having a nice cup of tea with my son Greg and my grandson Freddie.
And before Con, I've got to just interrupt you there because we have the magic moment. We are going to mute everybody. Now, who shall I pick? Andrew! Andrew, you look like a bit of a stranger and you look like you know how to do things. Would you like to do the muting? It's a ceremony we do.
Absolutely.
And listen, would you like to? And here we go. Now, you just have to go the magic mute. 1, 2, 3. And that's it. Okay, here we
I
go.
said that. The magic mute. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, well done.
And everybody is muted. Isn't that wonderful? And can you hear the silence? Andrew, you look very serious there. That's serious kit. Tell us all about yourself.
Well, I've got here through a friend that I don't even know whether you know him. His name is David Cotton, and he's been in the music industry for such a long time. And through him, I actually became a friend of Con's on Messenger just quite recently.
Yeah.
I'm actually in a studio. This is my studio. I started off at home, but it got too big and we had to take rooms. So I've now got a couple of rooms where we have a studio, and we open them up for rehearsals and a little bit of recording here and there. I'm in a band myself, and we play nothing but 60s music up and down between here, which is Bolton or Wigan, and the Lake District, Blackpool, Lancaster, Morecambe. I'm loving every minute.
That's it, lovely. And that's your 30 seconds up, Andrew, by the way. That was a great plug. You should have given us the name of your studio. Plug the studio. Come on, what's the name of it?
The studio is called Dreams Entertainment.
Oh, very good. Very good. That's a cracking name.
That's my wife's idea.
Ah, brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Well, Con, you tell us all about what we're going to do today. Give us the agenda.
What's on the show this week? How I should be asking you how your month was, or anybody else how their month was. And then we got some old video diaries from December 2016. And then we got a topic of the week, which I can't wait for. And then we're going to sing and do Angels. That's our version of Angels.
Con, I thought you were going to say, we're going to sing, and you paused there. I thought you were going to say, and we're going to sing and dance.
Well, we can do that as well, do a bit of dancing. Why not? Anyway, after Angels, we've got birthdays. We've got some birthdays today. And then we're going to have a look at some of my outfits, which from the past, and see if John or anybody else can recognise them. And then our harmonica piece, which is Ghost Mountain. I'm looking forward to that. I haven't seen that yet. And I know I spent 2 days recording it. And then the song that nearly got away from us, or did get away from us, Help Me Make It Through the Night. So I'm looking forward to all that. So how was your month, Dec? Did you have a busy month?
Yeah, well, my my months are always busy, Conley, as you know. I don't know. I say to people, I don't know what I do, but I do an awful lot of it. And 90% of it, and Andrew, you must be feeling this at the moment with the COVID thing, or the remnants of the COVID thing. It's still, would you ever? Nobody says, I'd like to hire you, I would like to pay you to do this, do that, da. It's always, Dec, would you ever? And those would you evers are monstrous. I've just been, would you ever, again last week. Con knows about this. It's a major celebration for one of the biggest Toastmasters clubs in the world. And it's putting all the videos together, and then I have to on the night do what I'm doing now, but it's all for nothing, and I got no. Look, poor Dec has got no money.
Yeah.
Well, I have really, Con, but I tell everybody I haven't. I love it. A friend, I've got to tell you, Con, Gordon Pickett, my dear friend who you knew, he put it beautifully. I used to say to him, Gordon, have you got money? And he'd say to me, Dec, I'm comfortably poor.
Yeah.
That beautiful.
That's
but
lovely.
listen, I put this together, actually, a few bits and pieces that you did and I did. So let's have a look at this.
This is what we've been doing.
She has arrived. Isn't that beautiful? And Layla's just about to serve in this beautiful surroundings. Isn't that gorgeous? And look at those cakes. Oh dear, oh dear. I know which one I had. And there we are, lovely picture. And that is the beautiful Grand Hotel in Eastbourne. Nearly all gone. Because some young lady has been eating herself to death. You've been eating yourself to death, haven't you?
Having my half of the portion.
You're trying to fatten yourself up. That's what you're trying to do. And this is rather lovely. It's quite gorgeous, actually. And oh, you've left some. Do you not like? You've gone off it now. Custard tart. That is a custard tart. And she's left half of it.
Yep.
But Grandad is going to finish it.
As you should.
Because I won't leave anything on that. We're going to get one. And there's Con in his garden again. And I'm at home working. Putting all this lot together. And Con loves his gardening. And he loves sitting down, don't you, Con?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Here's some of my crop from this year. Lovely big cabbage, which we'll have tomorrow for our dinner. And a huge tomato. Look at that, they're mandarin oranges. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All grown from pips. Lovely. Having a great time this summer.
And then, I'm a family man, I love my family. And there's a ship that suddenly appeared outside my window. And this is a present from my son for doing all the hard work I did at Picnic and Pop Festival, where I did the sound. Well, I haven't seen this in a month of Sundays. Just walking up the downs, and I come down to the bottom of the downs, and there's one of our local pubs, and guess what's outside? Isn't that fantastic? That is an amazing sight. I love it. I had to take a shot of it. That's a gorgeous sight. Wonderful sight. Where have you ridden from?
Burning Gap, and then we rode up to Bowling, and then across to East Dean, and then up to Willingdon, and then we come back down the bridle path back through Leeds, and now we're going to go up here, turn right, go back over the cliffs back to Burning Gap.
And go back the way you came, yeah.
Yeah, it's nice because it's off-road, you know.
Terrific, isn't it? Terrific. What a lovely animal, gorgeous.
Yeah.
And you're such a lucky man.
I'll never take it for granted.
23 years of age, and they've been together for 20 years. And does he drink beer? No.
He's
bottle of water when you're ready.
Amazing.
Okay.
This is Brighton.
I'm ready.
And I've never seen
Summer.
You decide.
dishes. Those dishes are fantastic. Wow.
Oh, you got
It's a sort of like egg Benedict with bacon.
Picture.
Picture. And we're having our picture taken as well.
Thank you so much.
Lovely.
Thank you.
And what's that, Denny?
See how much I love
What's
you?
that?
Can I have
What's
one
what?
more,
I did something wild mushroom.
Wild
Toast.
mushroom.
Yeah.
Toasted wild mushroom.
Yeah, the
And
same
that's
as
the
you.
same as mine. Egg Benedict. Chopped salmon. And that's waffle or something on. This is, yes, I do like Brighton. I do like Brighton. And that is, that's looks the best eggs Benedict I've ever had. And that's an eggs Benedict which I'm going to really enjoy. Isn't that gorgeous? That's like a memorial to the pier. The pier is there, and it's an entertainment centre. Isn't that lovely? I've never been down here before. And then, of course, to the Grand Hotel, just blown 20 IRA in the bad old days. Fantastic. I've never been down here. This is stunning. And I have to have the compulsory ice cream. I love my ice cream. Wow, look at that. Look at that. This is amazing. This is amazing.
It's only a short journey.
Nice.
Now, this is nice.
Unspoiled.
That is a mocktail, no alcohol, and that is a gin martini. A little heavy on the martini for me, but nice. Grand Hotel, lovely.
You seem to like the Grand Hotel.
I do actually. It's lovely. It's that old-fashioned thing. Sandy, my wife, she doesn't like it at all. It's too fusty for her. But what I like to do, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm a great one for giving grandkids memories. And people think it's a bit over the top, taking the grand and spending all that money and everything. But it's not for me, because they will have that memory for life. And please God, when they are my age, they'll bring their grandchildren to that sort of place, and that's lovely. But Con, I wanted to ask you, cabbages.
Yeah, I love.
Is it me, or are the cabbages getting smaller?
Oh,
Carol, I'm looking at you. Just unmute yourself for a minute, Carol Furs. Do you think the cabbages nowadays? I can remember the cabbages my father used to make, and they were huge. Carol, what do you think?
I don't know. I've not really noticed. I don't have cabbage very much. I certainly don't grow any, but I've not really noticed.
Sue, do you think the cabbages are getting smaller?
I haven't had a cabbage for ages. Can't remember the last time we had cabbage.
Oh, yeah, you're missing a treat.
I quite like cabbage, but my husband doesn't. And as he does all the cooking now.
Oh, you lucky person. And listen, Sue, did you notice when we were in Brighton that Denny had wild mushroom on toast? Do you think, given that it was Brighton, do you think that was a bit fiddly mushrooms?
No. I love mushrooms.
And they were just ordinary mushrooms, do you think?
Probably, yes.
Ah, that's good. And what else? I wrote down a few notes here. Oh, yeah, say to everybody, go to Brighton. I mean, Brighton, I adore. Brighton, that promenade. I've never been to that promenade, Con. Have you ever been to that promenade?
Yeah, I've looked at it. I haven't been on it.
It stretches right now. They built it up all along the sea, and it's from there where I was, which is opposite the Grand Hotel, and it's all the way now, right away to the marina.
Wow.
It must be about 3 miles. No, about 2 miles or so, 2 or 3 miles.
Yeah.
Stunning affair.
Wow.
But Con, what have we got next?
Well, what have we got next? And we've got our old video diaries from December 2016, and I'm looking forward to this because it's stuff we've done before, and it brings back great memories. And I always say to people, you should always carry a camera. A photographer who used to do a lot of pictures of us way back in the 60s, he always said to me, always carry a camera, because you never know when there's going to be something exciting you can take a picture of, and then you've got it for life.
And then, Con, millions and millions and billions of Japanese followed your advice.
Oh, indeed, yeah. They all have cameras. But I think nearly everybody has a camera now on their phone. So you can take the videos, you can take all sorts of things.
Yeah.
It's brilliant, brilliant.
So let's have a look at 2016, pre-COVID, pre-everything. This is really good.
It's a year since we were here, and here we are back again. This is Hull, City Hall. Beautiful venue. Quite big.
Nearly Christmas. We've just done our show in Hull with the Searchers, great friends of ours from the 60s.
Yeah, I remember that song.
Yeah, Arba. As a grand song.
No, we had a lovely time, and the audience were fantastic.
Yeah.
Microphones were letting us down, though. I don't know, we reckon it was probably the amount of mobile phones in the audience, which is a bit of a chore nowadays. People actually filming what we were doing, but then our sound man came to the rescue.
He did. He's brilliant. He is brilliant. Yeah.
And he brought us from cord microphones.
Yes.
Cords on them, or cables, as we say in the UK.
Yes.
We've got an American thing on tonight. Cord microphones.
Okay.
So there we are. So shall we wish everybody a very many.
Are you breaking those teeth in for somebody?
No, I've had one glass of Peroni. Anyway.
Isn't that lovely? Isn't that lovely? Down at Holywell, Eastbourne Beach. I'm blessed to live here. And in December, weather like this in December. Now, this will test you. It'll test me. These steps go up and up and up and up. And there's Zach, my grandson. What's the chalk ball all about?
The chalk ball is really basically, if you boil it down into small pieces, it's an opportunity for the ordinaries to see me. And it's been a very successful ball for so many years. And I have to wear a different coloured jacket than the ordinaries. They expect it. And I do 45 minutes of medley of my hit and give them some charisma, and you know, it's just wonderful, and I so enjoy being Jess.
And your fee, of course, is donated directly to charity, isn't it?
Yes, yes, it is for charity.
3,000 or 4,000 tonight, was it?
Well, it's about 4,000 or 5,000, but a lot of it goes into my makeup, which they sponsor very strongly. And of course, if you're getting close where the money is, you see that, you know, to look like this does cost an awful lot of money. So, you know, but you know, that's it. That's the life I have to lead. I have to go on show. I'm rather like an exotic bird. Bird. Well, I probably shouldn't have said that. That's a bit on the pink bus, but you know what I mean. and it suits my character because I am a show-off, and you know, every man has his path in life.
Excuse me, Jess, is there an interval in this?
No. I'm paid to do 45, so I will. But as I need a mirror check, I'm going to say, I wish you all a Merry Christmas.
Keep finding the records. That was Jess Conrad.
Well, here we are at the Water Rats Ball. Corner House. Famous chandeliers. They're all set. Top table.
No. Oh, there's the one. It's not a picture, it's a movie. No, you've got to say now, please, for the world, that I'm the best guitar player in Britain. Dec Clusky is the best.
Dec Clusky is the reason I'm here.
And now I'm going up on stage to sing.
I think we've got all our brother rats down here, just about.
For those of you new to the Water Rats and wonder who we are and what we're about, 127 years ago, in 1889, a group of music hall stars led by comedian Joe Elvin borrowed a racing pony called, and in April of 1890, the very first official showbiz charitable organisation, the Pals of the Water Rat, was born. Remember, in victorious London. But for that chance meeting between Joe Elvin and a London cabbie on a rainy Sunday morning in 1889, tonight we could be celebrating the Grand Order of Magpies. 127 years ago at that inaugural meeting, our anthem was written and performed for the very first time. And tonight, past King Roger de Courcy will sing for you the opening verse of our anthem. Roger.
Oh God.
We meet.
Lights.
We meet.
Oh my God.
We meet. Brothers in love, brothers in art, never to sever, never to part. Brotherly love, faithful and true, pure as the early morning dew. And this is the emblem of our society. Each member acts with the greatest propriety. Jolly old spokes, to us they raise their hats, and jolly all the fellas are the Water Rats. Rats, 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 rats,
Ladies and gentlemen, the Grand Order of Water Rats.
Wow.
Well, how about that, Con?
Very, very good. Did you see Graham Bauer entered the waiting room?
I know, he's in now. He's in now.
Oh,
he's
good.
In now. I'm going quick as a flash, Con. Quick as a flash, me. But did you notice? And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, did you notice at the start of that when the Searchers were on stage and we showed the Searchers? I said, dear, oh dear, the faces.
Yeah, not a smile amongst them.
No,
They mustn't enjoy being there.
The thing is, Con, you tell the ladies and gentlemen, we really enjoy what we do, don't we? That's the only reason we do it. And you look at artists like that from the 60s, and we, sometimes in these 60s weekends, we have to perform the tremolos and all that sort of thing, the four pennies and all those people. And honestly, the thing Con and I always say to ourselves, dear, oh dear, they just don't want to be here.
Yeah, they're not enjoying it. That's the whole thing about music. You've got to really enjoy music, you know.
So, Con, tell people about Jess, because a lot of people, when I'm sure, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls, when you looked at that Jess, you know, he always opens by taking out a mirror out of his pocket and looks at it and says, "Oh, Jess is looking good tonight." But people, that's his entertainment. And people sometimes are very odd, say 30% of the audience, just take it that he's the biggest show off and big head in the world. He is, but can't tell them about Jess.
Oh, he's great fun. He is great fun. And he takes the mickey out of himself all the time. I remember one time, there's a whole lot of show business people. We were away somewhere in Spain, I think it was, doing a charity thing. And in the morning, we all come down, we sat by the pool. And his wife came down, you know, and we said, where's Jeff? Oh, he'll be at least another 2 hours. There's too many mirrors in that room. He goes and checks himself in every mirror. But from the minute he wakes up in the morning until he goes to sleep at night, he is Jess Conrad, stage and screen star. You know,
but even when he's in bed, Con, he's still. I'm sure if you pull back the bedclothes, he'd still be Jess Conrad. He told me once, Con, I don't know whether I told you this story. He told me once that, because people don't realise, I mean, major film star. He did all the stuff with Marilyn Monroe and all that, Elizabeth Taylor. I could tell you the Elizabeth Taylor stories and Shirley Bassey, but it closed this place completely. But he told me that the first time, and he famously did Joseph and his Technical Dreamcoat for years and years and years. It was him really that brought it back with Nicholas Parsons to the forefront of what it is today. And he was telling me that the first time he went to the West End in Joseph, he couldn't believe it. And he went there as dusk was coming and all the lights went on. And there he was in lights up on the theatre, Jess Conrad in Joseph. And he was standing there mesmerised and he couldn't believe it. And two ladies walked up. And they stood there. You know, when you look up in the sky, everybody starts to look up in the sky. And these two women looked up in the sky, and he heard one of them say, I wonder, is Jess Conrad his real name? And the other one turned to her and said, is Jess Conrad whose real name? Isn't that lovely? But the Jess stories go on forever, Con, don't they?
Oh,
so what are we doing? Go on.
He's great entertainment. He is. If ever you get a chance to sit and talk to him over dinner or whatever, he'll keep you amused for hours and hours and hours. He's great fun.
But it's all about him.
Oh, yeah.
And he very deservedly got the MBE 2 years ago.
Indeed, yeah.
Yeah, and with the MBE, Con, as you know, you're not supposed to wear the MBE unless you're at a royal occasion. That's the only time you wear your MBE. And of course, every time Jess goes out of the house, he's got his MBE on.
With the magnifying glass in front of it.
So what's next, Con? What's next?
Yeah, well, we got this month's topic, and you're going to ask a very vital question.
Oh, yes. Now, everybody will love this. And the one I want to ask first, because she's always doing this. What is your biggest complaint? What is your biggest rant? And I'm looking directly into the eyes of our marvelous president, secretary, call it what you want, of our Appreciation Society, Lynn Hayes. What your biggest complaint in life is, what your biggest rant is. On you go, Lynn, over to you.
I don't really know. There's lots of things. I mean, I think different things crop up at different times, but Kevin's absolutely mad on his hobby, so that's one rant. And I can't really think of a heck of a lot else.
I thought, Lynn, you were going to be favoured for being the best at this. Well, let's go over.
I'm not too happy about, the government's doing the right thing about the pandemic, but I think they're a little bit slow. So that's another rant I've got, that things aren't being done quite on time.
A bit slow in doing what, Lynn?
Where the decisions they make about addressing the pandemic, all the different things at the moment, it's the vaccinating the teenagers that, they've not quite got to a decision. They should really get on with it. different things like that all the time.
That's lovely, Lynn. So listen, I'm looking now at, who am I looking at? Marjorie Tim over in the States. Marjorie Tim,
Hi, Margie.
what is your biggest rant, your biggest complaint? Make it a good one.
Okay, the Biden administration. Leave it at that. And I'd like to apologize for walking away when you guys were talking, but my dog is being very naughty and he's barking and barking.
Oh, dear.
So you could have a rant about barking dogs.
Yeah.
Pardon?
What?
Have a rant about barking dogs. On you go.
Yeah, he's behaving himself now, though. He's on a leash.
Oh, good. Tell us.
Other than that, everything's got to count our blessings.
Yeah.
And I love your cabbages, Con.
What do you think about him pulling out of Afghanistan and all that's going on over there? What's the feeling where you are?
It's very heartbreaking to the multitudes of Americans because there's many Americans left over there now and they can't get out. Yeah. And there's also our allies and many Afghanistan people, and there's no help for them because Taliban has taken over.
Yeah.
And we'll just have to pray very hard because we need a miracle. And I mean that literally.
Yeah.
We need a miracle over here.
Yeah. Very true. Very true.
That's
it's
lovely, Mark. Sorry,
same feeling over here, We all say prayer for all those people. Yeah.
I personally feel that one good thing that's come out of all this Afghanistan thing and the Taliban and everything, and quietly I hope and pray, actually, hope and pray, that I have a gut feeling that the Taliban are going to see sense. Because I've heard interviews with some of them and they hark back to the 90s and say they made a big mistake when they were in power before and they're not going to make that mistake again. And I have a strange feeling in my gut that the Taliban are going to come good. For religious people, terrific. If you're devout Muslim, terrific. Not for us. But I do feel for Afghanistan, I think they're going to come good. I really do. And that is my hope and prayer.
Anyway, it's your turn to announce the next song, Brian.
You don't have to announce. You don't have to tell me, Con, because this was lovely. It's Con's got it. You tell the lovely story about when this was written. Go on.
Well, Pete Conway is a good friend of mine through the Celebrity Golf Society. Pete Conway, whether you know it or not, is Robbie's father. And I was driving with him one day and he said, "Oh, my son has just joined a band." I said, "Oh, really? That's good luck to him then. Hope he does well." And he said, "Yeah," and he wrote a song and he sang it for me in the car. And I said to him, he said, that's going to be fantastic. That's going to be an anthem, Dad. And as it turned out, the song has become an anthem. And we had the pleasure of recording it. And I tell you what, we were rehearsing it. We were at the Opera House in Blackpool. And we were rehearsing it. And Pete happened to be there. And he came on stage with me. And the two of us sang it together. And it's a brilliant, brilliant song written by Robbie Williams. And it's called Angels.
Yeah, but what we did, Con, tell them what we did with it.
Oh, we did all sorts. Go on, remind me.
No, we took it and we made an absolutely 2021 video. Two old coots. I won't say two old farts. I never said that. Two old coots, but have a look at what we did with Angels.
I sit and wait does an angel contemplate my fate? And do they know the places where we go when we're gray and old? 'Cause I've been told that salvation lets their wings unfold. So when I'm lying in my bed, thoughts running through my head, and I feel that love is dead, I'm loving angels instead. And through it all, she offers me protection, a lot of love and affection, whether I'm right or wrong. And down the waterfall, wherever it may take me, I know that life won't break me. And when I come to call, she won't forsake me. I'm loving angels instead. When I'm feeling weak and my pain walks down a one-way street, I look above and I know I'll always be blessed with love. And as the feeling grows, she breathes flesh to my bones. And when love is dead, I'm loving angels instead. And through it all, she offers me protection, a lot of love and affection, whether I'm right or wrong. And down the waterfall, wherever it may take me, I know that life won't break me. And when I come to call, she won't forsake me. I'm loving angels instead. Whether I'm right or wrong, and down the waterfall, wherever it may take me, I know that life won't break me. And when I come to call, she won't forsake me. I'm loving angels instead.
What did you think of that, Con?
Excellent, excellent.
Wasn't that terrific?
Yeah.
I love watching that. It's really terrific. That
Lovely
really,
video.
really good. Now, what I've got to ask now, and I always say, oh, look at the applause. Wait now, get the applause. I have to go on to get a review for the applause. Look at the applause. Look at the applause. That's
Even Andrew Hurst
Andrew is going berserk. Andrew is going berserk. And we can't see Philip. We can't see Philip. Philip is not letting us see him applaud because he's jealous. Now, quiet everybody. Now, over to the great guitar player in our family, Philip Klusky. Often out of little and often. Unmute yourself and tell me, what did you think of that fantastic guitar playing?
Oh, it was peerless. As Brian May said, you know, you've got it. You're the reason he's in show business, apparently.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, that is the ultimate, I mean, you'll know as well, that is the ultimate combination, isn't it? Les Paul, Gibson Les Paul and Marshall amps. I mean, we're lucky, I think most people know, our dearest friend was Jim Marshall, who invented the Marshall amp, and still the greatest amplifier in the world. And
I'm actually the least famous person in the world that is sponsored or endorsed by Marshall Amplification.
That's right, you've got Marshall as well.
Yeah.
Well,
The amount of times they fix that for free, I'm so lucky. Thank you very much for that.
Yeah.
To Marshall.
Listen, that means that they break down a lot. No, they don't. I know.
No, I just abuse them. So.
But Andrew, you'll be interested in this. Andrew, you're a recording man. What did you think of that? Go on.
Oh, lovely, absolutely brilliant. Yeah, I love the effects as well. The video effects. Yeah, smashing that. Was that green screen?
Was it green screen? Was it green screen? That was mountains and mountains of green screen. Yeah, everything.
Seeing as how I'm up in Yorkshire and Dec's down in Eastbourne, it has to be.
It has to be. Yeah.
Has to be green screen.
We've been doing that, Andrew, since the whole COVID thing started. And if you saw this sort of thing that we were doing then, you would cringe. It was we were trying to do it live and all that, and in Zoom it just simply does not work with the time delay, the 64 milliseconds delay. You couldn't do it.
It isn't easy, is it? It's not easy at all.
Yeah, but I'm very lucky. I've got it's probably one of the best studios in the country, and it's just sensational. It's and I love it. And the thing is, Andrew, that Con and I love what we do, and that's the secret of the whole thing.
That's something you've got to do. I mean, you commented before about how the searches were all on stage. They were all looking so solemn, and they really didn't want to be there. That's something we really try to be the opposite of when we're on stage. We move around, we smile, we make it look like we're enjoying ourselves, because people are coming out not just to listen to the song, they're coming out to be entertained.
Yeah.
They don't just want to see somebody
contagious.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you see somebody without a smile, give them one of yours.
Oh, yeah.
So, Con, what's next?
I've been digging in my wardrobe, and I've got a couple of jackets here, and just wondering if you or anybody else can tell me when or where we wore them. And here's number one.
This is going to be good. Let's see.
There we are. Okay.
Perfect. Do you know, Con, I can't even remember when we wore that.
Yeah.
John Leyland, the expert, over to you, John.
No, it doesn't ring a bell, really. If it was a white suit, then maybe, but with grey trousers?
No, there are actually white trousers with it as well. Sorry.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, that with looking at the lapels, it could be the jacket you wore when you did that special with Lena Zavaroni in 1976.
Ah, yeah, probably, possibly, yeah.
Because you did a number on your own with the three of you with just white suits with wide lapels.
Yeah,
I've actually got a photograph from that production somewhere in my collection. So
it's actually Cecil G.
Right.
Cecil G, is it? That's unusual. I'll tell you what that would be. Yes, I think you're right, John, because if it was Cecil G, then BBC wardrobe department, who supplied the costumes for that series, BBC were great customers of Cecil G. They used to. That was the number one place they went to, Cecil G.
Yeah.
Because they always had really classy stuff like that. That was nice. Where's the next one, Con?
The next one is this nice blue jacket, which Philip will demonstrate.
I remember this one, John.
And that's a jacket from a suit, is it?
Yeah.
Yes.
In
trousers are
that case, we're looking mid 1960s, I would say.
Yeah.
Probably bought for a Sunday night at the London Palladium, and then you used it in your stage act thereafter.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Maxwell Vine made it.
Maxwell Vine, yeah. He was in Bedford Street, and Max Bygraves went there. Loads of the people in those days. Tom O'Connor, loads of the people. But shall I tell you, Con? Because I've got it. The San Remo Festival.
Exactly.
When we were appearing at the Opera House in Manchester, and we took a week off to go over and we went over there, and we had probably the biggest success of our lives without anybody knowing, because the San Remo Festival is huge everywhere in the world except in the UK. And we went over there with people like Neil Diamond, Cher, the Hollies, Connie Francis, for goodness sake.
That's right.
And the guy, Claudio Villa, yeah. Now, he won the overall thing, but he was the huge big tenor with those massive Italian songs. And of course, and that was the first time I'd ever seen it, actually, and you've ever seen it, Con. The actual audience was like a football audience. Every little nuance in the song, every little key change, every little extra note harmony, they were on their feet screaming. What an audience. 65-piece orchestra, and we scooped the board, absolutely scooped the board. And we made great friends with Neil Diamond, who was staying in the same hotel with us, and Bobby Goldsborough. Yeah, remember? And Honey, I love him. Yeah. That guy. The two of them were crying in their cups with Con and I every night because their careers had just gone. Neil Diamond, whether you know it or not, he had a tiny bit of success, and then it all disappeared for him. And then he came back with Song Sung Blue, and he went back to America, and he had Song Sung Blue, and Bobby Goldsborough went back to America and had that. And Honey, what's it, Honey? It's called, I think it is. And we had 3 in the top 10 names, and we had 3 songs in that. It was El Son de Silencio.
No, we only two.
Two, was it? Yeah. El Prospero was another one. And what was the other one, Con? El Conto de Judite Dop. Oh, you're good at remembering songs, Con. But we had 3 anyway. And none of the overseas acts, all the Cher and all those people, they came nowhere. And
we had to sing it in Italian.
Oh yeah, they're all in Italian, yeah.
Yeah, and they all hated Sonny and Cher because they actually brought they had the words written up in front of them, reading the words, and they hated that. And
I remember
Connie Francis came all the way from America, sang one song, and went home again. She was knocked out of the competition, but we got right through to the end. And actually, one of the songs that we sang became #1 record in Italy.
Yeah. And we had an album recorded in Italy. They came over and recorded a journal like this in Studio 3. They liked that big, spacious sound, which actual fact I hate. But they loved it, everything echoing all over the place. And it's the first time ever that they just got us to sing the song, and the immortal words, they said, "Oh, leave it to us." And they chopped it all together. And it was the first time I've ever known that in my life. But it was sense, and we stayed. Tell them, Con, about the hotel.
The hotel.
Del Mare.
Grand
Hotel Del Mare in Bordighera.
Yeah, and we used to go to fish restaurant down on the harbour, and you went in, and they asked you what you'd like to eat, and they brought you into a back room, and all the fish, lobsters and everything were all swimming around in tanks. I said, "Oh, I'll have that one there." And actually, I went back there couple of years later with my wife Kay, and we had a great time. Aldo was the guy behind the bar, and I remember saying to Aldo, I said, "Where's a nice restaurant where we could go and eat in San Remo?" And he gave us the name of this place. I said, "No, hang on a minute." I said, "Where would you bring your wife?" "Ah," he said, "that's different. So he directed us to this place. He said, "It's when you go in, it says like a grotty public house." I said, "But just ignore that. Go right through the pub and into a door at the back." And we did that and arrived in the most fantastic restaurant. And it was just unbelievable. The food was to die for. It was really
Con, can I take over there?
Go on.
I was with you with Sandy. That was on our famous tour of Europe that we did. Yeah. And we went in and immediately inside there was a huge glass affair, chilled glass affair with all the meats in it. And in the middle there was a huge fillet steak. And Kay, your wife Kay, immediately said, "That's what we're going to have." I said, "Great idea, that's terrific." So the guy muttered to us, the waiter. Nobody spoke English at all. And I was the only one who spoke a bit of Italian. Because I learned, I'll remind you of this, I learned Italian specially for San Remo Festival. And you were supposed to learn French, yeah?
Yeah.
And John was supposed to learn Spanish. And neither of you did it. And I've always been annoyed about that, but I still speak a bit of Italian. So anyway, we went in and we sat down and they brought us probably calamari. They took that away and then they came in with squid. It's the same as calamari actually, but it was cooked differently. And then they brought in lobster. And then they brought in spaghetti. And then they brought in panini. And then they brought in, and it was about 8 or 10 courses. We were up to here. And then eventually the waiter looked at us and said, "Shall I bring the main course?" Do you remember, Con?
I do,
he brought in this huge fillet, this size, and he cut it up in front of us into 4 pieces. And we all looked at it, and none of us could eat it.
And shall I tell you what happened then?
Go on.
We've had it wrapped up. We brought it back to the hotel, and there was an old guy there minding the car park. And we went into his little hut and said, "Would you like something to eat?" And we gave him the fillet steak. And he was overjoyed. He was.
That hotel, by the way, Con, if you remember, with the marble steak, it was incredible. They reckon they had the best wine cellar in Europe. And the head waiter knew I liked wine. And he brought me down there one day, Con. You knew about that, yeah, when we were doing the festival. But they had Picassos on the wall. That's not a word of a lie. Picassos on the wall. If you ever have a chance to get in there, the Grand Hotel del Mare in Bordighera, which is about 20, 30 miles from Monaco. So, but anyway, listen, Con, we're talking too much.
I know, yeah.
But we love talking. We're Irish, we love talking. What's next?
We're missing out on the birthdays.
Oh, no, we're not. I'm looking past my screen. I can see a birthday cake. Sandy! 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 Oh.
That's you told. So anyway, I believe it's Lynn has a birthday.
Yes, it's not just an ordinary birthday, it's my retirement one, my state pension birthday.
Wow.
And I'm one of the 50s women, and that is another rant that not just me, but millions of other women born in the 50s were not told that we weren't going to get our state pension when we were 60. We had another 6 years to wait, and it caught us all on the hop. And I don't know any other woman of my age group who has managed to stay in full-time work. And we've all been struggling one way or another. And we've all been counting the months and the years and months, the weeks. And now for me, it's days. And I'm nearly there and the wait is nearly over. So
Well, that's really cheered us up, Lynn. That's
Yeah.
really cheered us up today. That's really better than a punch in the face, I suppose.
Well,
And it's another birthday. It's Linda Hawkes. She celebrated her birthday last week on the 30th of August.
Linda Hawkes, would you like to come on the screen? There you are, Linda Hawkes. Lovely.
Yeah.
And listen, you don't have anything to complain about, do you?
Well, no, other than anti-vaxxers.
Well, there you go.
So listen, the pair of you.
Hang on, another birthday. It was my grandson's Miles' birthday last week. He was 16. Wow, he's growing up very quickly. 16 to Miles, so happy birthday to him as well.
So, shall we do the necessary? So, who should we pick? Lynn, I suppose. Are you the oldest, I think? So you get to blow the cake out. So listen, here I have been to Uzbekistan today. I got into a tank from Afghanistan, went over the border, managed to talk my way through because I had an Irish passport.
Oh, oh dear.
And I've just blown out one of the candles. But my assistant, my Debbie McGee in my life, is going to come through. And look, wait a second. Go on.
Lovely. Wow. Magic.
No, I shouldn't breathe when I talk. Have you ever tried talking without breathing? It's good. So anyway, listen, Lynn, this is now. You know what to do. You have to talk so that you go on the screen. Yeah. And then you have to go 1, 2, 3 and blow.
Oh, you have to sing happy birthday first.
We have to say happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Lynn and Linda.
Hawks.
Happy birthday to you. And to Miles as well.
And to Miles as well. And listen, okay, over to you, Lynn. Shout.
Here I am. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, blooming hell. That was magic. That was magic.
Isn't that incredible? Yeah. Andrew, you've never seen anything like that in your life. But that was true. And John Hutchinson, what did you think of that bit of magic? Wasn't that fantastic?
It was absolutely spectacular. It was really good. Happy birthday to Lynn. Happy birthday, Linda, and Miles as well.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely. That's terrific. And John, I just, you don't need to answer this. Did you notice the 64 millisecond delay? That was sheer magic, the way it came all the way down the wires and everything else and came through my screen, out through my video, and blew the candles out. Brilliant. Con, I've got to stop talking. Will you tell us all about what's next?
Well, next is something that we used to do many years ago when we were the harmonic chords. And that was the very, very first picture that was ever taken of the three of us. Look at that. And we progressed and we were Honer Guild Review, all about us. And then, believe it or not, I wrote an article, What Do You Want to Make Music by Con Flusky. And it says at the bottom, I'm going to do some more interviews. Anyway, that was all in the past, and we now bring it right up to date, and we'd like to play a lovely tune for you called Ghost Mountain.
And I finished this at 2 o'clock this morning.
Wow.
And I'm a tired boy today, but it was really worthwhile because Con and I, as I say, we adore everything we do. So this is the most beautiful thing I think we've ever done. It's absolutely gorgeous. ladies and gentlemen, didn't know you could play those big mouth organs, Con.
Why no? I didn't know I could do it either.
I know, and as I always say, yours is bigger than mine.
Oh, exactly.
And let's see the applause. Let's see
Oh,
the
fantastic.
applause. Let's see the applause. Where's the applause? There's the applause. No, wait, no. I'm going mad here. Gallery. There it is. Look at that. And Andrew Hurst is astonished. He didn't know we could play like that. Maureen is going mad. Maureen, what now? You can stop applauding now. Okay, we know we're good. Maureen, what did you think of that? Maureen Pledge.
Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, really good.
And just tell me how good I was, please.
Well, you were both very good.
Oh, both of us. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I can't point one out.
And I tell you something, Maureen, you may have noticed, it's called Ghost Mountain. And that was actually a photograph of the proper Ghost Mountain. And if you look at it, when you replay it and you see it, you see that the mountains are in the foreground, and then you've got mist and clouds and all that. And then you've got all the snow-capped mountains at the back. It makes the appearance that it's up in the sky and it's like a ghost. And I found that and used it in the background. It's lovely, isn't it?
That was great. Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
Love it.
Blind singer.
Thank you very much, Maureen. That's what
You're welcome.
Okay, Con. And then what are we up to next? I tell you what, the battery has fallen out of my clock. And it stopped, and I was wondering why we had so much time left, and we haven't. So listen, have we time? Have we time for just one more?
Yeah, there's my clock.
Yeah, we're gone. Don't tell the people we're gone. Well, yeah, you got a Decca clock. That's right. Okay, Con, have we time for one more, do you think?
Just one, yeah. You know, I was going to tell the people about Stevie Wonder, because he was staying, when he was a young lad, and he was staying in the same hotel as us. And we were just going out, and he sent his minder, whoever he was, to ask us if we could down and teach him how to play the harmonica. And as it happened, we were just going out, we had an appointment, and we had to say, sorry, we haven't got time, really. We're going out. And anyway, what we said to the guys is, look, what you want to do is study somebody else, you know. And what was the name of the guy we told to look at?
I think you should ask me to tell this story. Yeah, it was actually at Top of the Pops, Con. It wasn't in a hotel, it was in Top of the Pops. And the manager came into the dressing room and asked us, have you got any tips? He was playing mouth organ, Con, right from the start. Yeah. And it's, have you any tips for my boy? And I said, well, the guy you've got to look at and listen to and get every record you can is a guy called Toots Thielemans.
That's him, yeah.
Yeah, he's with the George Shearing Quartet as a guitar player, but he plays sensational mouth organ in a very unique style. So we went away, and of course, the next record we heard from him could be Toots Thielemans playing. Now, fast forward 40 years, when I was in south of Spain, and I looked at an advertisement on outside the Teatro del Grande in Marbella, Toots Thielemans. I couldn't believe it, this old man. So I went along, and it was sensational, both guitar playing and harmonica playing, unbelievable style. So I went to see him afterwards, like my way to see him afterwards, a lovely man, and I told him the story. And he looked at me and he said, Dec, where are my royalties? Fast forward again, 3 months later, album with Toots Thielemans and Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
And it's there, you can get it on YouTube and all that. But that's the real story of Stevie Wonder.
And he sounds exactly like
yeah, you're a musician, and Andrew would recognize it immediately where the style came. Fantastic, frankly. Okay, totally enjoyed it. Andrew says, we're getting very little on the chat today, but thank you very much for letting me join you. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you come back again. And this last one that we're going to play for you, show you, we recorded last week and filmed it last week, and I got to sing on my own, ladies and gentlemen. My brother never, ever, ever lets me sing on my own. And I think it's a shame, because I
think it's a mistake.
I always say I've got the worst voice in show business, but I've made the most money with it. Is that a good way to put it, Con? No, I'm a studio singer. All the back vocals, all the tricks, all the harmonies. That's me. That's me. And that Ghost Mountain had 32 tracks of choir on it, and it was all me. And I love doing that sort of work. But this is most beautiful song. I picked this up. Victoria brought me an album for Christmas by Kelly Jones. You may know the name. Kelly Jones Stereophonics. Yeah? And it was a live. There must be some sort of a technical problem why he can't use the name Stereophonics. But he did this concert on his own. And he did a complete bachelor's arrangement. Couldn't believe it. Of Help Me Make It Through the Night. So what I did was nick the idea and what I call reverse engineered it, put it all together, and just wait till you see what I did with it. This is really special. It's fantastic.
Take the ribbon from your hair, shake it loose and let it fall. Lay it soft against your skin, like the shadows on the wall. Come and lay down by my side till the early morning light. All I'm taking is your time. Help me make it through the night. I don't care what's right or wrong. I will try to understand you. Let the devil take tomorrow. For tonight I need a friend. Yesterday is dead and gone. And tomorrow's out of sight. It's so sad to be alone. Help me make it through the night. Lord, it's sad to be alone. Help me make it through the night.
Look at all that applause. Wow.
I know. Wait now. No, just it's not finished yet. There it is. It's finished now. And stop the share. And let's go up and see. Look at that applause!
Yeah,
Graham
no,
Bauer is going bananas.
Fantastic. Very good.
And look at Philip Kloski's mouth. It's wide open. It's wide open from that guitar playing. Now, for the guitar players who are looking in, that was one guitar. There were 6 outputs from it. There were 2 coming out of the holes in the guitar, yeah, into JMP1 preamp modules, yeah, and then I used a lovely Shure condenser microphone, which Michael Kloski got for me very cheaply. It's a very expensive microphone. And so there were 6 images of the guitar, and that's how I got it sounding so huge. So do you agree, Philip Kloski, that was the best acoustic guitar playing you've ever heard in your life? You're pretending now. You're pretending. Now, listen, I tell you what, I really enjoyed making that sound.
And did you record it on the Hofner as well?
Yes.
Or did you use
Yeah.
a Gibson?
No, that it was the Hofner.
Really?
And
Right.
I got in touch with Gordon Giltrap. Guitar players will know Gordon Giltrap, the best acoustic guitar player in the world, I think. And he has written a book on Hofner guitars. So he was very interested. I showed him photographs, and I showed him photographs of the label inside the hole. And it's a Hofner Western guitar, model 761, and number 5155. I remember that off by heart. But
Has it still got the very high action?
Yes. Unfortunately, but it's quite hard to play because it's a very tough guitar, big neck on it. But you heard the sound I got out of it. Dear, I couldn't when I
It's a
actually.
lovely sound. It's a lovely sounding guitar. It's just very difficult to play. I remember Dad having a chat with Joe Brown about having it set up, to be easier to play and stuff.
Yeah.
And Joe Brown said, "Why bother? It's a Hofner. It's a yard of German firewood."
American guitar, actually. Yeah.
Right.
But it says on it, and I've read up about it. It says Hofner foreign. And the story is that Hofner were huge, all over the world. Started in Germany, then the factory went to America, and that. But they actually gave all their stuff to Selmer, yeah, in Shaftesbury Avenue, as it was. They supplied us with all the Gibsons, and it was them that marketed it. So maybe that it was made in America or Germany, and then they put foreign on it because it was given. And we were probably given that by Dick Tordell. Go on, Philip.
No, just I remember that guitar. It's what one of the guitars I learned on.
Yeah.
And if anything, it made me the guitarist I am, because it was a pig to play, and it was especially hard to get like a fluency to it in your playing,
Yeah.
So once you've mastered an instrument like that, you can play anything, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but Philip, I found it very easy to play. I really.
All right, yeah.
Such a great guitar player. I'll give you lessons sometime. When I come up next time.
All right, yeah.
But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that young man there is some sensational acoustic guitar player. You are, Philip. I always envy you
very
the stuff
much.
you play. Yeah, it's good. So
Don't envy. It's not a good quality. Just
no idea.
Just be grateful and thankful, and have joy in your heart. That's all. Yeah.
That was the Reverend Philip Kloski speaking.
I think we've done more talking today than we've ever done before.
And this is the longest show we've ever done, Con.
I know, yeah. We started at 2:30, and it's now just 8 minutes to 3 o'clock, or to 4 o'clock, actually. And all the shops will be shut now at 4 o'clock, all the supermarkets.
So do you want to say goodbye?
So I think it's time to say goodbye to everybody, and hope to see you next month, please God, if we're all alive and well.
Listen, Con, we mentioned this. If anybody's got any special requests, please let us have them. Because I thought of a great idea. We have never done a proper video of Charmaine, our first record. So I think that could be a project for next month.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
man. Yeah, we've never ever done a proper video. We've done a video, but not. a
Yeah,
proper
we did one on the pier.
I know. Go on. Say goodbye, Con.
Goodbye. Bye.
And it's goodbye
later.
from me as well here in Eastbourne. Goodbye. See you next month.
Bye-bye.